Hi everyone, my name is Paige Hall and I'm the Chair Coordinator for Winter Congress 2014. In this video, I'll be talking about the process of being a chair and a vice chair during Winter Congress. The chairs and vice chairs have very important roles in the process of making Winter Congress a reality. Chairs act as the moderator for the committee, and vice chairs do all of the bookkeeping, for example, recording the votes and recording whether or not a bill passes or fails. In this first portion, we will go over the procedure for the committee. Keeping strictly to the procedure is extremely important to not only bring order to the committee, but also to create the realistic atmosphere of Congress. Begin the day by having everyone in your committee state their name in school. It is also a good idea to do a quick icebreaker to let the delegates become familiar with each other. When addressing delegates, refer to them as Senator Jones or Representative Smith. Creating a seating chart is another helpful way to learn the names of the delegates in your committee. Before you start debating bills, read over the orders of the day, aka the list of bills in the order that they should be considered by the committee. When you begin the debate of a bill, the sponsor should receive 5 to 7 minutes to present their bill. You should also allow time to ask questions. However, make sure to cut the sponsor off at a reasonable time to ensure that you have time to get through all of the bills on your orders of the day. Once you are done with questions, move on to comments from the floor. Comments should be about 3 minutes long. It is extremely important to make sure that you watch the time as bills are failed in your corresponding committee. Continue to adjust the time that you spend on each of your bills. There may come a time when your committee wants to table a bill. When a bill is tabled, it will be reconsidered after all of the other items on the orders of the day. One of the reasons that a bill may be tabled is if the general idea is good, however the wording is flawed. If this is the case, the sponsor should work with other delegates to make the bill solid. Another reason that a bill should be tabled is if the bill is just a plain bad idea. Delegates may table a bill in an attempt to kill it. Once the debate is over, conduct a vote. Other votes taken in the committee can be done with either hand votes or voice votes. However, voting for bills should be done with a roll call. After stating each delegate's name, have them respond with aye, nay, or abstain. For a bill to pass, it requires a majority of the votes, or 50% of the votes plus one vote. A majority vote is also required to pass a resolution. Amendments, however, require a supermajority of 2/3 of the votes. After the vote is taken, select one member of the committee to be the main opponent of the bill on the floor. This person will give the first negative speech on the House of the floor or the Senate. Ask for a volunteer from the committee, then select the person based on who gave the best case against the bill during the debate. Now on to the amendment process. Major amendments should be presented in writing, whereas minor amendments, such as changing a word or two or changing some of the grammar, can be made without being submitted in writing. It is vital that the chair or vice chair records the amendment exactly as it is submitted. After a delegate has risen their hand and been recognized for having an amendment, they must produce the specific language of the provision that they wish to be changed or deleted. The presiding officer will then ask the sponsor of the bill if the amendment is friendly. This means that the sponsor thinks that the amendment can be incorporated into the legislation well. If the amendment is friendly and it receives unanimous consent from all of the delegates in the committee, it can be added to the piece of legislation. If the amendment is not friendly, or if it does not receive unanimous consent from the committee, the amendment must be seconded and then debated. At this point, your committee will focus solely on the amendment and not on the entire piece of legislation. The person who proposed the amendment will have 3 minutes to explain why they feel the amendment is necessary. From there, speeches will alternate between the opponents and the proponents of the amendment. The sponsor should also receive time to speak for or against the amendment. The debate ends when a delegate motions to previous question. The motion is seconded and then passed. If the amendment fails, the debate resumes on the original piece of legislation. If the amendment passes, the debate resumes on the bill as amended. The vice chair is responsible for recording the amendment accurately. Chairs have the responsibility of ensuring the bills that pass in the committee are logically sound. Even if a chair does not agree with a bill, it is their job to make sure that the bills are grammatically correct, make logical sense, and pertain to the issues within the powers of the federal government. At the end of the committee session, the committee will vote for the best speaker of the committee. Again, my name is Paige Hall. Thank you so much for watching this video, and I look forward to seeing you all at Winter Congress.